This is an NBC Connecticut Storm Tracker alert.
All right, good Sunday afternoon, everyone. We've got a couple more severe thunderstorm warnings that have come out. It's just after 1:30 in the afternoon on your Sunday. So we have one that's been issued for Hartford and Tolland counties, as well as a small area of northern Fairfield County. So it looks like it's north of the city of Danbury right now. So we still have the other severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 1:45 for Hartford County. You might hear it as I'm updating you. The storm is pretty much over the station here in West Hartford. And then this area of the heaviest rain is now moving over 91, so it's going to be crossing the Connecticut River here pretty soon. So some updates here as far as those warnings go. So again, we have one that was issued for far northern Fairfield County. That goes until 2:30, so we still have an hour left on this severe thunderstorm warning. And we're looking at hail size up to an inch in diameter, which would qualify as severe level hail, as well as those strong winds, which we've been keeping an eye on with this area of storms over the last hour or so. And this new warning for parts of Hartford and then also for Tolland counties, that also includes the risk for some slightly larger hail, as well as those wind speeds up to 60 miles an hour. And this severe thunderstorm warning, that also goes until 2:30 in the afternoon. So let's take you back to the radar. Let's put a track on this. These storms are continuing to move at about 40-ish miles an hour, but somewhere between 35 and 45 miles an hour. I've been continually checking to see just how strong they are, how fast they've been moving. So let's put a track on this, especially with a couple of new warnings currently in place. And you're seeing those flashes. That's indicating where we have the lightning and the thunder again. You might be able to hear it through my microphone as we're going through this update. So let's take you through the next 40 minutes with this northern severe thunderstorm warning. So we're looking at Vernon, 138, Coventry, around 150, 157 for Colchester, right around the top of the 2 o'clock hour for Windham, and for Woodstock, about 5 minutes after 2 o'clock is when we're looking at some of this heavy rain to move through. So let's clear this, and let's put another track on this area. So let's connect the two severe thunderstorm warnings, and let's bring this down to the south. Next 20 or so minutes. Let's clear this out of the way. Let's clear this out of the way. And then we can put a track on this. Again, we're just connecting the two severe thunderstorm warnings and then bringing this down to the south over the next 20 or so minutes. We're looking at Southbury. This is right on top of you now. Heads up to our friends in Southbury, also towards Waterbury as well. Danbury, 139. Some of that heavy rain is moving into the city there. 142 for Bethel, 149 for Hamden, and then 153 for our neighbors in Shelton. I want to show you the winds with this storm as well. So let's take a look at what's happening with that, because that is going to be our greatest threat as we're watching the storms here as they move through Connecticut, is going to be that risk for some strong damaging winds. We also have the possibility of some hail as well. So right now we're seeing some of those bright greens being picked up along Route 9 in the Hartford, New Britain area, West Hartford, New Britain area. So this is close to West Farms, pretty close to the station here in West Hartford. So that's kind of the area that we're watching for some of the strongest winds here with this severe thunderstorm warning, or actually pair of severe thunderstorm warnings that we're watching. And then I want to take you down to Fairfield County and show you what's going on with some of the winds there. You can also see along Route 8, north of Waterbury, we've got some of those bright greens showing up there. So let's zoom into this area along the Connecticut-New York state line. And we do have some of those stronger winds just to the south and west of New Milford. Some of those stronger winds could move in there. So around the Putnam Lake area, as we look toward Brookfield along 202, we've got some of these bright greens showing up here, but some even brighter greens just across the state line in New York along 312 there to the south and west of Putnam Lake. Another thing that we're watching that would not make a thunderstorm severe is the lightning. We've got a good deal of it now moving out of Litchfield County and into Hartford County. So we've got some electrified storms happening right now across the state, or that will be moving into the state here pretty soon. Again, you'll be able to hear some of that thunder and lightning that's over the West Hartford, Farmington, New Britain, and Hartford areas. Our neighbors maybe into Newington and Wethersfield also dealing with that as well. And you can see these storms filling in with more and more lightning strikes. So let me actually start this over as far as the lightning counter to show you kind of what's going on. Let's take you through the entire state. Let's take you back off to the state line, bring that up just a bit. So we've got got over 200 lightning strikes now in Connecticut within the last 15 or so minutes, and you're seeing them continue to fill in as we're going through second by second. It seems like almost every 2 or 3 seconds we've got another lightning strike popping up. So right now, over 200 lightning strikes being detected by the radar out there, and you can hear it coming down for sure. So you want to stay away from windows. You want to make sure you're staying away from some of those electronics, because we do have this electrified storm, and we want everybody to be safe out there over the next few hours as we're continuing to watch showers and storms move through Connecticut. So here's future radar and satellite. We've got that area that's moving through right now, watching it to see if it does fill in with some of those heavier downpours and maybe some more strong winds, lightning, and the possibility for some hail. We have a low-end risk for maybe a spin-up tornado as we go through this afternoon, but damaging winds are going to be the thing that we're really concerned for as these storms move through Connecticut. Now, after that moves out, we could see another round later on this afternoon, late afternoon, heading into the evening, going toward and then eventually past storms as they're moving through. So let's take a live look over Litchfield right now. Much quieter versus when we saw you during the earlier part of the 1 o'clock hour, but still we've got the clouds out there, might still be a bit on the breezy side as well. Severe thunderstorm watch continues for all of Connecticut through 7 o'clock this evening, and we'll continue to watch showers and storms as they move through. Before I leave you, here's a live look from our camera in East Hartford, looking across the river toward the city of Hartford. That rain's coming down. You're hearing the thunder over my microphone. You've got the lightning out there, so make sure you're sticking with the NBC Connecticut Storm Tracker weather team as we track another round of severe weather. And actually, it does look like maybe we got an update to a severe thunderstorm warning. Actually, a new warning was issued for Fairfield County. So let's get some info on that, and then I will let you go, and we'll see you again for 2 o'clock. So really quickly, just some information on this new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Fairfield County. And we were looking at some of the strong winds that were over the state line. So we've got wind speed 60 miles an hour, hail size up to 1 inch in diameter. This also will go until 2:30 this afternoon, this new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. So we've got 50 minutes left on that. I want to put a quick track on this, bring you back to the radar here. So let's kind of see where this system is going as we go through the next 30 or so minutes. So we're looking at Bethel 146, Reading 150, Easton 156, Trumbull right around 2 o'clock, Bridgeport closer to about 2:04. So we're keeping an eye on this as it continues to move off to the south and through our state. So another live look over Hartford. This is what some folks in Tolland County, you're in the line of this as it moves off to the east. So we've got multiple severe thunderstorm warnings currently in place as we head toward the 2:30 time frame, and I'm expecting more of those to continue. Severe thunderstorm watch continues for all of Connecticut as we head towards 7 o'clock this evening. Stay safe and download the NBC Connecticut app if you haven't already. It's got an interactive radar so you can watch the storms as they're moving through our state this evening.
This is an NBC Connecticut Storm Tracker alert.